What's going on, people? This is JONETH PIPTNE, and I'm doing my first official podcast. I also do YouTube videos as well. It's also marked under JONETH PIPTNE. I do sports reaction videos. I even got one with my fight on my first professional boxing match that I have on there. Yes, I am a professional boxer. I haven't fought in a while due to coronavirus. Yes, boxing is back, but I got a lot of variables I have to work under with that, but I'll discuss that probably at another time. But I also have music videos on. I have two completely different type of videos called JCMH 1 and 2. They got just various stuff on there from comedy to just everything, all type of videos, so like music, just everything on there that you can think of. And I'm a little bit nervous, so people just bear with me. I got some things I want to talk about. If you tune in, you and chime in as well, I would definitely like to hear it. But the first thing I want to talk about is the NFL. Mostly the Bears, because they my favorite team. So we're going to see what's going on with them this season. The first team they play is the Lions. That's Sunday, September 13th at 12 o'clock. And I haven't been hearing a lot of good things about my team, even though with all those additions that's been going on with them. Yeah, Mike Montgomery did get hurt. He will be out for 2 to 4 weeks with a groin injury. But I did hear about Leonard Fournette getting released by the Jags. Jags really ain't got nobody. I guess they like, fuck it, get rid of him. And I seen from the Chicago Tribune a few hours ago, well, more like 8 hours ago, that the Bears could possibly be interested in him. It's probably more of a rumor, but I'll just read it to y'all just so y'all can see. The Bears could sign running back, but is it Leonard Fournette who is now available? Would Fournette be a good fit in Matt Nagy's offense? Me personally, yeah, he can be, because he is a great dual back. He is a good runner, also excellent pass catcher, but he just be having too many on the field, off the field problems. He just a loose cannon. If he just settled down and just focus on football, then yeah, he'd do a lot better. But I don't know, man. That dude just a little bit of loose cannon. But at the time of the Tribune, when they wrote it less than 3 hours ago, after Jacksonville Jaguars announced that they were releasing Leonard Fournette, the Bears made a move for the running back. The Bears re-signed Napoleon Maxwell, an undrafted rookie from Florida International, who returned for a second stint with the team. And in the first stint, he might actually be able to play this time. Last time, he was just able to actually practice. Maxwell originally signed with the Bears on May 7th, but was waived August 2nd. Just a little bit more than 2 weeks before full-time practice began with pads. His position of interest after the Bears, I said Mike Montgomery. I'm so bad with that. I'm so bad with names. I haven't been watching in a little bit. David Montgomery left practice, of course, Wednesday with a groin injury, and his status for the season opener is in question. They said 2 to 4 weeks. I don't think he's going to play. So, if he gone for let's say 4 weeks, you have Leonard Fournette, you sign him, you have him running, then you have basically, instead of two-headed monster with David Montgomery and Tariq Cohen, you have a three-headed monster, and you have two guys running the football primarily, and you have Tariq Cohen at the slide, still coming out the backfield with both of them back there. And you can have all type of plays. You can probably fully open up Matt Nagy's playbook if you have a guy like Fournette out there, along with David Montgomery and Tariq Cohen, along with Allen Robinson and the other players. Man, you'll have like something big on your hand. But basically, back to the story. While Maxwell likely isn't an option to handle carries in the game now, he provides depth at the position with another week of training camp practice. Tariq Cohen, oh yeah, and also they got Cordell Patterson not being running back. I sure forgot about that he decided to move the running back like a week or two ago. You got Ryan Nail and Octavius Pierce, also undrafted rookie running backs behind Montgomery on the depth chart. So, yeah, that's after reading that, yeah, they not going to sign Fournette. If they do, then that means they're going to be getting rid of some people. And I know for a fact Patterson, he didn't just move the running back just so that he can take less carries. He's trying to get more carries, evidently. So and be more of a bigger dual player than he already is, doing kickoff returns, wide receiver coming out of the backfield. So yeah, it could be excellent. But basically, Fournette was drafted at the number 4 pick in the 2017 draft. 2 picks after the Bears selected Mitchell Trubisky ahead of Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. Which I don't know why they keep saying it like that. Like anybody knew who the hell both of any of these guys was going to be when they hit the pros. Everybody remember Ryan Leaf and a whole bunch of other players before him that just was just bad. Bears personally remember Craig Krenzel, who actually was doing good at Ohio State in college. And then Bears get him, and then he just played terrible in the fucking pros. So everybody remember that terrible just quarterback. Just, oh my God, Lovie Smith. What was your problem with these QBs? But anyways, basically, everyone make it seem like everyone just knew that Patrick Mahomes was going to be throwing 50 touchdowns a season. No one knew that. Everyone just considered him to be more of a project. Now, Deshaun Watson, that's a different story. I would have thought they would have drafted Deshaun Watson. I never even heard of motherfucking Mitchell Trubisky until the draft, and then they start showing him and all the above, basically. So I'm like, I guess I don't want to believe that they just don't like black quarterbacks and all that extra shit. I don't know. I just think it's just they gambled, it didn't pay off, and Deshaun Watson a beast, and then just so happened Patrick Mahomes turned into a bigger beast, being NFL MVP and current Super Bowl winning quarterback. So it is what the fuck it is. But back to the story, he is the latest top 10 pick to flame out of Jacksonville. Another top 10 pick. Yeah, true. Everyone that go to Jacksonville just seems to just be terrible. But Fournette rushed for a career high 1,152 yards last season. But the Jaguars declined his 5th-year option and tried for months to trade him with no success. At the end of the day, this is what they basically saying. At the end of the day, we feel like the skill set of guys that we have can replace Fournette. And really that's what led to the decision. Jaguars coach Doug, what's his name? Marrone, I guess, told Jacksonville media. And I wanted to make sure, guys, we had the best look. And hey, what's going on right now? That's the best indication of what we're going to be able to get when we start this season. And I just feel that was the best way, and that's basically what's best for the team. So yeah, I did think that the Bears might sign him, but with all them damn running backs, they ain't gonna sign him. He probably gonna wind up going to a bad team, not a real bad team. Probably like, if it would be like probably the Browns or Miami. Who else? Probably the Lions. That'll just devastate the Bears if he wind up playing right after that. And they played on September 13th. Once again, that'll be just bad. I hope he don't go to stay out of our damn division. Shit, Aaron Rodgers already torched the Bears enough, along with Brett Favre just tarnishing our goddamn dreams, period, forever. I don't want to even see that. But basically, back to the story. Fournette is subject to waivers, but if the Jaguar general manager David Caldwell couldn't get a late round pick for him, it would be surprising if he claimed the base salary of $4.1 million. If Fournette clears waivers At 3 p.m. Tuesday, he will become a free agent. It will also be somewhat surprising if the Bears express interest in Fournette. Just saying that. They feel, personally, he is not an ideal fit for offensive scheme, especially if Coach Matt Nagy wants to continue operating a majority of the ground attack from the shotgun formation. Well, Fournette is more of a traditional, I need a fullback type of running back, but I feel like he'll probably adjust to make a real. They just said Fournette is traditional eye back with power as a downhill runner. What he lacks in lateral movement skills, that's probably the key reason Jaguars chose to release him and lead their off-season with Raquel Armstead, Devon Ozigbo. Okay, that's an ugly-ass name. Ozigbo. And third down specialist, Chris Thompson in the backfield. Yeah, but if they don't get the same production as a runner, then it really don't make a difference. That means all three of them combined got to get like 1,500 yards or something like that in order for it to make a difference. Probably like all combined like 300-400 yards receiving in order for it to be something. Because if not, then that'd be just a stupid decision. Now you're even a worse team than before. But if Fournette becomes a free agent, he's going to seek an offense that will give him playing time in a scheme that fits his strengths. If Montgomery's injury isn't serious, he'll return as soon as the Bears featured back. The Bears placed cornerback Michael Joseph and Oswego high school product, who signed as an undrafted free agent in 2018 on injured reserve to make room for the rookie Maxwell. Well, I'm not finna read all that shit. It's all the same damn thing, basically. Now switch from a Fournette to talking about Maxwell. I'll just read it, fuck it. Maxwell rushed for 2,090 yards and 22 touchdowns in 45 games in 4 seasons at FIU. He missed time in 2015 and 2016 with ACL injuries. Well, I can see why he was undrafted. NFL teams must reduce their rosters from 80 to 53 by 3 p.m. Saturday. The claim period begins at 11 a.m. Sunday, and teams may begin signing players to their practice squad at noon Sunday. So that's just a little bit about Leonard Fournette, but more so talking about the Bears themselves. Yeah. Even once again with all the additions, I've been mainly hearing at max they could finish at 8-8, and then during the worst they could finish is 4-12. I was like, hell no, that can't be happening. They crazy as hell. Then I looked at the first 4 games of the season. First 4 games, I'm like, man, they can whoop them. They can whoop all these teams easily. Then I looked at the 5th game. I was like, man, the Bears can easily go 5-0 against these teams. Lions had a losing record. Giants had a losing record. Falcons had a losing record. Colts had I think an 8-8 record. Buccaneers had a losing record. Bears was also 8-8. I think Buccaneers was 7-9, but I still believe that the Bears can beat them too. But basically, yeah, Lions on the 13th, Giants on the 20th of September, 27th against the Falcons. Then start of October 4th against the Colts. On October the 8th, it'll be against the Bucks. Then I was like, okay, yeah, easily they can be 5-0, 3-2 at the worst. If they 2-3 with that type of defense that they got now, I'd definitely just be screaming my motherfucking ass off when I do those reaction videos later on throughout the year. Oh my God, I'd be snapping. But yeah, I say probably 4-1, 5-0 in between it. 3-2 at the worst. Then I started looking at the rest of their schedule after that. I was like, the Panthers, They went 7-9 last year. They quarterback looked pretty decent in games. I'm pretty sure he's gonna improve from last year. I don't think he's gonna make those same mistakes that kept the Panthers from possibly finishing 8-8, 9-7, probably even sneaking in the playoffs. Then I saw the Ravens. I'm at the Rams. I was like, they spanked on the Bears last year. The Bears did in 2018, but last year, I was like, oh no, they could easily lose that game. The Saints spanked on the Bears, and they ain't even have Drew Brees. Beat the living shit out of them. Yeah, the play calling was bad. Matt Nagy just kept calling the same damn plays like his motherfucking ass was playing Madden and shit like this motherfucking computer. I don't know what the hell was wrong with him on that. I just thought that nigga just had a slow fucking syndrome or something. That this last year, just thought that shit was stupid. Then right after that, they played the Titans. Boy, if they don't tackle well, Henry is gonna wind up having like 300-400 yards. He gonna have a motherfucking Adrian Peterson type of game on their ass, just run wild. And I was like, man, this dude can do that all game. He's done it to some of the best defenses. Even when they slow him down, the man still had like 85 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing. I'm like, and that's on a weekday. I'm like, that man can mess around and have 250 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns, score all the touchdowns for the offense, and then Mitchell Trubisky just wind up throwing like 3 picks. 40% completion percentage, 110 yards. Oh my God, I been lost my fucking mind yet again. Then the Vikings play them tough regardless. I know that's gonna be a tough game, but Bears gonna be at home, so it's probably gonna be like it always be, probably a split. Bears did beat them both times last year, but I don't know. I just don't know with the Vikings. The Vikings be down for a little bit and then they come back. It's been like that ever since when they had Dante Culpepper and then moving up, and then they wind up losing him and Randy Moss, getting Adrian Peterson. They was down for a while, then came right back up, got a quarterback, got a decent quarterback, did something with him, as in Brett Favre. Did something with him for that 1 year, then he fell off. They was down for a little bit, then came back up again. They continuously do that. So this could be a down year where the Bears do them in both times again, or it can end up they shock us and then win both games, or split like I suspected it to be. Bears win at home, Vikings win at home. And then just talking about the Packers, the bane and the fucking every Bears fan, just Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre just been terrorizing the Bears for like damn near 30 fucking years. So I don't know how the hell that's gonna go. There's probably gonna be a loss, because especially gonna be at Green Bay. They haven't won that since like 2013, 2014, maybe 2015 at the latest. Shit, Tracy fucking Porter was the goddamn cornerback then. Then back at the Lions. Then they going against the Texans. That's gonna be rough. Texans defense might not always perform all the time, but they offense always put up points. At any given time, they can just put up 30 on our ass, and I know we not gonna have an answer for it. I knew that if the Chiefs scored anything more than goddamn 15, 16 points, they was gonna beat the Bears, and it's basically what happened. They stomped the mohole on their ass. Then the Vikings again, those lonely ass Jaguars, that's an automatic win. Then Bears and Packers to finish the season out. This is rough. That is a tough schedule. Like I said, I believe they can win the first 6 games easily. But realistically, they gonna have at least 1 or 2 losses in between that. Let's say they do beat the Panthers and the Rams. let's say they do pull it off and they end up being like 5-2. I don't think they're gonna beat the Saints. I don't think they're gonna beat the Titans. They might beat the Vikings at home. Strong chance they're not beating Green Bay. Even though they defense can be psyched. Well, we already seen them multiple times where the defense just blow Green Bay offense away. Especially with Khalil Mack first game. Just blew them away. Offense didn't do enough. Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, and then it was over with. Basically, it was just a fucking wrap. And Bears, as I feel, they may win 10 games max. This is what I had last year too, 10 games. If they shock me and win more, that's even better. That mean the offense really fucking showed up. I love it if they do. I know that much. I would definitely love it if the Bears show up and make it to the playoffs. Matter of fact, make it to the Super Bowl and win it. Shit, I've been seeing a lot of great things about that with simulations, where people doing simulations, that Madden simulation. 10 out of 16 years have predicted the right Super Bowl winner. They predicted the Bears winning, but I don't think that's realistically, even as a diehard Bears fan, I don't think so. I don't know. I'd be happy to be wrong, but I don't think so. Shit. But next, also, since we talking about the Bears, let's talk about a Bears Hall of Famer, Brian Urlacher, and his comments on the shooting of the 29-year-old Jacob Blake, who was shot 7 times in the back. They say he was reaching for a knife and all of the above. I will talk about that a little bit more in depth, probably at the end of the podcast. But I'm just going to talk about what his comments. Basically, his comments. I don't have it in front of me, so I'm just gonna wing it. Basically, it was saying, why the hell is y'all protesting? And I'm just saying it in my way. This is not verbatim yet again. Basically, why the fuck is y'all protesting for a motherfucker that was not listening to the police, walking away from the police, going in his damn car, had sexual assault charges against him, all the above, but y'all want to do it because he black? It's basically what the hell he was saying. He didn't say it exactly that way, but it's basically what the hell he was saying. Matter of fact, I even go and look it up so then it can be exactly verbatim, so that won't nobody be like, oh man, that's not what he said. Somebody be upset and shit listen to the fucking podcast. So let me go ahead and go to this. Urlacher. Talks about Jacob Blake. Let's see. Oh yeah, because he did this to NBA too. But I really don't get that. Talking about Brett Favre. Oh yeah, he did. He compared Brett Favre playing in a game after his father passed to the NBA players sitting out because of what happened with Jacob Blake too. I find that like I don't get that. I don't even get trying to compare the two. There's no way to compare it. Losing your father is way, way rougher than that. The best way to compare that would be like Isaiah Thomas when he played in the game right after his sister passed away, and then he wound up dropping 50. That's more of an even comparison on that level. what's going on with the NBA sitting out and protesting and boycotting is because this shit with us black people just continuously keep happening. It just keep happening all the damn time. I've been seeing it all the time since I've been growing up in Chicago. This shit happens so fucking much to a point that it's ridiculous, to the point that I can't even watch the news no more, and I'm still getting hit with the information. Regardless, this how bad it is, to a point that I haven't watched the news in like 2-3 years, but I'm still getting all the news regardless, no matter what media that I'm on. It didn't reach the point that now it's on ESPN, it's on all sports media. I go online, it's on sports media, it's on every damn thing. So it's like, yeah, this shit retarded. So I just don't know what the fuck Brian Urlacher think about that, and particularly when it terms with the NBA. But matter of fact, instead of talking about Jacob Blake at the end of the podcast, I'm gonna talk about that now. I saw the video, and first off, I didn't know shit about about the sexual assault and all that extra shit, which that ain't got nothing to do with the police pumping 7 bullets in his motherfucking ass, regardless of the fucking fact. They ain't got shit to do with that, because if we can do that, we can go in depth with Brett Favre, that he was a fucking alcoholic, cheat on his fucking wife, and he popped pills like a motherfucker. Had hella sexual assault fucking accusations against that motherfucker, even though that shit went quiet like Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah. But anyways, basically, when it come down to it, it doesn't have shit to do with nothing. That point that he was trying to make was to try to make his point pointless, because if he doesn't include that, it'll make his comment even more pointless. That was a pointless comment to make. People really need to think before they hit send when they feel outraged about some shit. I just don't get motherfuckers. It was at a time when motherfuckers kept that shit to theyself. Now they just gotta tell every damn body. I tell my brother this all the time. Stop putting your business online. Stop telling people how you feel online, because that shit come back and bite the shit out of you. Not everyone looking at Urlacher as a racist because of what he said. I don't know if he a racist. Nobody knows if he a fucking racist or not. It's just, his comment was not racist to me. It was just fucking stupid. But in today's culture, everyone look at that shit as racist. I just think he just made a stupid ass comment that made no fucking sense. You can't compare Brett Favre playing in an NFL game and then throw for like 335 yards, some shit like that, 3 touchdowns, right after his father died, to someone getting popped 7 times, and it so happened to be a black man. There's a lot of black people that's been getting murdered constantly. Urlacher know that. I don't give a shit if he white. Whenever you turn on the news, it don't matter what the fuck you turn to, it's on constantly. So he knows what the fuck be going on in the black communities. He's had black teammates. I'm pretty sure he's been over their house and they told him the stories of what the fuck they went through and how the fuck they got there. So this motherfucker is not fucking dumb by any means. He just made a stupid ass decision, and he made a stupid ass comment. And the other shit, like, just everything he just said is just fucking retarded. And I was gonna talk about it at the end of the podcast, but I'm like, fuck that shit. Just say it now while it's fresh in my motherfucking head, so I won't be stumbling through it later. Urlacher is fucking retarded on that, and I don't think he a racist. I'm black and I'm saying it. Just for any motherfucker get that shit twisted. So, but moving on, basically. Up next, I'm going to be talking about the NBA playoffs. I know everybody was like, damn, nigga, you just went from intense to all of a sudden, now we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs? Yes, now we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. I'm still gonna talk about Jacob Blake, but in particularly, just him in particular. I have to talk about him at the end of it because I got more to say. It just popped in my head just to say more, but I'm just gonna get to it at the end. But basically, now the NBA playoffs. We already know the Lakers dominated the Portland Trail Blazers, popped their ass off 4-1. Portland gave them real hard challenge, even though it only went 5 games. Every game they was basically close until towards the end, while the Lakers just put it on them, and LeBron and AD combined for like 79 points on their fucking ass and just lit them up. So yeah, basically Lakers had a chance to just sit down and rest and relax. Then you have the Rockets is up 3-2 against the Thunder. That's been a very good, entertaining series. You know, I know for a fact early in the year, because Westbrook left, that the Thunder was just gonna fold. It was gonna be it. But Chris Paul been doing this thing. That's the type of point guard I believe that the Thunder always needed. And if they would have got Chris Paul sooner, along with Kevin Durant still being there, I believe they win a ring. Me personally, with the squad that they get, if they had the squad they had then, and with the squad they had now, I believe they would have knocked off Golden State, knocked off Cleveland at that time, and they would have got them at least a ring or 2. That's my personal opinion. But hey, some people might be upset, like, man, Westbrook was good. Yeah, he was good, but he was only good because he basically will be like snatching rebounds from his teammates, getting mad when they grab rebounds and all the above, and have to be ball dominant in order for him to do it, instead of just working with the offense and still wind up with 10 and just move the ball around more efficiently. I believe now with Chris Paul, they move the ball around more efficiently, and that's the reason why this series is tight. And it's just more to come with that series. Once again, Rockets up 3-2. Westbrook and Harden and everybody else in the gang with the Rockets doing their thing. Basically, that's what's going on with that. Utah is tied 3-3 with the Nuggets. Was it the Nuggets or Utah? I believe it was Utah. Yeah, Utah was up 3-1. And now they allowed yes, they was. They was up 3-1. They allowed the Nuggets to come back. And now it's tied 3-3. Will they be that team like the Golden State Warriors in 2016 to allow a team to come back from a 3-1 deficit and get the win? Just stay tuned and see. I don't know. There's an up and down. I'm not really fans of these teams, but I do watch. And I have noticed too, since it's been back, the NBA just been on fire. Everybody sliders is up for some reason, especially from 3-pointer. Motherfuckers dropping 50 back-to-back games, 50, 42, 50. People just going nuts, going crazy. It's just crazy. In the same series, people dropping 50. Oh, I can do that. Doing that, like, they got their Madden cheat codes, everything. All that on shit. It's like everybody scoring like it's NBA Street all of a sudden, just doing all the trick moves, all of it, and then just bust a wide open 3 from half court and knock it down. It's crazy. But LA Clippers now moving up with them. They advanced to the next round after just beating the Dallas Mavericks, and now it's 4-2. That was a good series as well. Even though Morris, one of the Morris brothers, he just kept trying to injure Luka Doncic. He just continuously kept trying to step on that boy's foot, kept trying to hurt him, do everything possible. He a dirty player. Every time I turn around, one of them is in some type of trouble. I believe it's mainly this one. But yeah, eventually someone gonna wind up just piecing that man up. I don't know if it's gonna happen because it's the playoffs. It's probably gonna happen in the regular season. Someone just piece him up real quick, get it over with, and then move on. And then after that, act like nothing happened. That's basically what needs to happen to him. To me, that's how I feel. Because if he'd did that to me, keep stepping on my damn messed up ankle, I just wait one basketball play, wait until I get a pick around him. As soon as I take it to the cup, just turn around and just let go of the ball and just fire his motherfucking ass. Swear to God, because that dude just needs to get a whooping. I know he bigger than Luka Doncic and all that. I don't mean that nigga can fight. He need his ass whooped. That's one thing I do know. But basically, that was the West. That was the Western Conference. You know, everybody just moving on and just playing. Or that was the Western Conference. Basically, everybody advancing or trying to advance. Only both LA teams basically has advanced to the next round. And that would be like an excellent series to see just two LA teams. They don't even have to leave. How great would that be to see just both LA teams, no matter what, they're gonna rep somebody in the NBA final. They're gonna rep LA in the NBA finals, no matter what, whether it's the Lakers or the Clippers. They're gonna rep LA regardless. So LA gonna have fun regardless. They're gonna party like rock stars regardless if either team makes it, which one of the two is going. Me personally, when it come down to that note, I think team unity beats team talent. So I got the Clippers. If both of them face off in an all LA series, the Clippers gonna make it to the NBA Finals in 7 games. So I said it ahead of time. I got Clippers in 7. Now I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers just run their ass over because the talent they got, just the whole roster is just full with talent. They got old stars, young stars. It doesn't matter. They have the power to just sweep anybody 4-0, basically. I was surprised Portland even pulled off one because I thought they was going to get swept too. I didn't think it was going to be a close, even type of challenge. What happened in the last game, I suspected that to happen like the entire series because that's the type of talent that LA has, period. I know they're probably going to be on the recording. Oh, well. But basically, getting back to the LA teams, it's too bad that both of them is in the Western Conference. Wouldn't it be great if both of them, if one of them was in the East? Well, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the Lakers that'll move to the East. Most likely the Clippers move to the East, dominate the East, and then this every year you see a all LA motherfucking finals. That'd be great. It'd be great to me for the NBA. The first maybe 2 or 3, and then after a while the next, 4 or 5, maybe 6 or 7. It'd get annoying. So yeah, maybe the first 3 will end up being that good, but until then, yeah, just keep watching shit. Then, but anyways, that was the East. I mean, that was the West. Now we can talk about the East. Basically, you got the Toronto Raptors going against the Boston Celtics. Both they teams just went ahead. And just swept they squads. And it's not even worth mentioning the teams they swept. That's how bad they swept them, in my opinion. Yeah, some of the games was close, but when you get swept, you got swept. That means you was winless. It don't matter if the team beat you by 100 or if they beat you by 1. They beat you 4-0. So I just keep that real short. And well, matter of fact, I just keep the whole thing short with the East because the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks both easily beat their teams too. Milwaukee Bucks basically damn near sweeping their team 4-1, and then you got the Heat sweeping their team 4-0. Once again, not even worth mentioning them because they got dominated. Point blank, period. There was no reason to even mention them. But I'm basically finna just get ready to call it in. But before I do, I'm finna talk about what I've been mentioning back and forth, and that's sadly the 29-year-old Jacob Blake that was shot 7 times, that is now paralyzed. And I'm kind of in between with what Urlacher said earlier, because regardless, the police didn't have to shoot him 7 times in the back. I don't know what he was reaching for. They say he was reaching for a knife. But still, what in this motherfucker right frame of mind told him that they ain't gonna do nothing to me or whatever bullshit in his head, and I'm just finna go stop, don't listen to him, and go reach in the car? They said they tried to tase him. Clearly he was on something for him to be getting tased and just be, and if they was tasing him and he's still just walking like normal all the way around to his car and open up that door, that man clearly was on something, or that man is just strong as hell. But either way, wasn't the right frame of mind possessed this man to walk his ass all the way around the car and open up the door? That's the craziest shit that I ever seen. Now I spoke to some people, especially this one guy I know. I'm not gonna mention his name because I don't know if he want his name mentioned, but he assumed that the shooting possibly could be fake. I'd rather for him to say it, because I probably butcher his goddamn story. But the man paralyzed, so I don't know how it can be fake. The man paralyzed. The man ain't just dancing around, woo-hoo-wee, all that extra shit. When people not around, and then when people come around, that nigga hop in the bed and shit, put a mask on him and shit, and then go to sleep or whatever. But like, I'm hurt. It ain't that type of story. So I'm pretty sure his family ain't gonna be faking the funk on some shit like that. I don't know how much money in the world you gotta pay a motherfucker to say that's fake, but basically, still, I just don't get it. Like, who you know damn well police been gunning us down for any goddamn reason. He dug in his nose, pow. And then that booger he was gonna fling at me, it was gonna kill me. I fear for my life, and he walked free and shit like that. You know that shit been going on for like, especially like it's like worse. Over the past 5 years, they've been gunning us down and hanging motherfuckers up in the jail cell, talking about we found a motherfucker like that and all this extra shit. You know, all this shit been going on, and your ass decide that I'm gonna walk my ass to my car and they ain't gonna do shit to me because I'm special. That shit, that part right there, I don't get. Especially what the fuck been going on with these crazy ass, most likely racist ass police. Unless they tried to have you hop on one foot and tell you to call yourself Susie, your ass should have just been complying the best way possible. Unless he probably just figured that they gonna shoot my ass regardless. Ain't no telling what the man was thinking. That's just my personal evaluation on just seeing the video. Regardless of the fact, yet again, I still feel like they didn't have to shoot that man that many motherfucking times. The officer that was closer should have shot him with the other taser, or hit his ass with the billy club, something. Yeah, he might got a split head, but I'd take the split head over 7 bullets in my ass and not been able to move again, not be able to hold my kids again. And then you got shot in front. Then you got shot in front of his kids. Yeah, the police crazy as hell for shooting that man 7 times in front of his kids. But at the same time, if you know your kids right there, I'd rather see them be arrested and get bonded out so then I can hold them again than possibly lose my life because I decided to walk my ass to my damn car. Now, yet again, allegedly he went for a knife, which I don't know what the fuck you going for a knife for if that's what happened, allegedly. But everything else you can't say allegedly because shit, that's proof. 7 shots. It's on video. Them putting 7 of them in his ass. I think two officers shared that. They tagged him like they was Contra, shooting a bad guy, shooting a boss on boss level. We got to put the last 7 of him to finish him. That remind me of when that one officer lied, said that boy Laquan McDonald had a knife and he was coming towards him and all this shit. The boy pulled up his pants, pulled the knife out, walk in the opposite direction, got 16 put in his ass. So if you know all this crazy shit happening, should get it, whatever, arrest me, take me, whatever. It's a lot better being in the hospital in the condition he is right now, which still I hope he get better and I hope he make a full recovery, because regardless of the fact, that's your kids. That's all. And I know your kids is wondering if you coming home. I already been through a phenomenon like that, witnessing some shit like that already earlier this year. So I know it got to be tough for the family, and I hope the man get better. But regardless of the fact, should have just stayed still and then just took whatever they was gonna give you and move on. That's all I got to say about that in the closing thing on that one. But yeah, I'm finna just shut this down, man. This is JONETH PIPTNE once again having my first podcast. Peace out, everyone.